There are no heroes anymore. There's no one to look up to in our culture. There's no moral ideal to show us that our actions in life matter. We need a moral ideal in life to show us what's important. And because of this absence of heroes, there's this sense that our actions in life don't matter. That what we do and what we care about and how we live is unimportant. That there's nothing special to life. Take what we see on our TVs. We see Jon Snow, a whiny little bitch that saves a world that doesn't deserve to be saved, without even knowing why he did it. We see Walter White, a man consumed with shame about his life, who becomes a drug dealer and a murderer, and destroys his life just to try and make up for his lacking self-esteem.
I did it for me. I liked it. I was good at it.
And we have Ted Lasso, a fool who spouts bromides as though they were profound revelations. Believe. In what? Why? No idea. These are representative of the kind of characters we have in our culture today. And that's just on our TVs, not to mention our books, sculptures, and paintings, and so on. We're surrounded by characters who are hopeless, destructive villains, or vapid fools. And ultimately, none of them are admirable. But so what? Why does it matter? Well, let me start with what a hero is. Most think hero means simply the main character, or that someone is of superhuman ability, or that it's someone who sacrifices for a cause. But these are all derivatives. You can see this in the definition for hero, like a principal character, a legendary figure, an illustrious warrior, or one who shows great courage. But one of the meanings is a person admired for achievements and noble qualities, which I think comes close to getting at what's more fundamental to the meaning and the real value of a hero. What's more fundamental is that a hero is a man who represents a moral ideal. We're seeing someone fighting for values which are essential to life. We're seeing someone who's virtuous. Basically, a hero takes something seriously and fights for it. Take some of the common action heroes, James Bond, Batman, or Luke Skywalker. They convey some of the basic tropes of a hero. Virtues like courage, confidence, and efficaciousness. Yes, they're main characters, they're legendary figures, illustrious warriors, but what makes them someone to admire is that they convey virtuous qualities like courage. Luke fights against an evil empire and his own father in the name of a just, free galaxy. We see it in action, his sense of justice, his courage. We see that those things matter by seeing how the actions of evil destroy life, and how the actions of good protect life. To reduce this even further, we're seeing a character who takes something important seriously, and by doing so, we the viewer feel its relevance in our own lives. We feel that it's important to stand up for the truth, to fight against evil, to be just, to be honest, whatever the virtue it is we're seeing. We can also see this in more complex virtues like independence. In the movie The Big Country, we see Jim McKay, a man who sets his own standards rather than adopt those of others. When he arrives at his fiancée's ranch for the first time, the ranch hands want to put him on an untamed horse as a hazing ritual.
Ramon, put him up on Old Thunder.
But he declines because he's not interested in impressing others.
Some of the time, Leach.
Rather than accept a challenge to a public fight, he declines because he sees that the guy only challenged him to impress others.
If it's a fight you want, you've picked the right time for it.
As the movie goes along, he seems like a fish out of water, even like a wimp, but by the end of the movie, he's the only one keeping his head in the midst of a blood feud. We realize that he's been one of the few characters thinking for himself the whole time. I love this movie because it really dramatizes independence better than any movie I think I've ever seen. This guy's a hero because he stands on his own judgment amidst all these people around him trying to get him to do what's expected of him. He is an independent thinker, and I love that. We can also see this in other art forms like sculpture and paintings. When we see Michelangelo's David standing tall, calm, earnest, and courageous, we admire these qualities and what they amount to: self-esteem. And that's really what we get out of heroes. We see someone virtuous, and whatever virtue that might be, what's beneath that is valuing They care about something and they're fighting for it. They take life seriously enough to fight the bad guys to save the universe, or to stand by what they believe is right, or to have courage against all odds. We see a character caring about something important, and it gives us, the viewer, that same feeling, that sense that life is important, that things in our lives matter. Seeing these characters take a principle seriously, even if it's a principle you don't agree with, gives you the feeling that life matters. To contrast that with what we have today, take our boy Jon Snow. We see a world of cutthroats, liars, villains, murderers, and worse. Jon is wanting to save all of that from the undead. Why? Why does he want to save this world? Does he have a vision of a better one? No, he's just trying to stop the undead. But again, why? If life is so ludicrously horrible, why try to save it? Wouldn't it be better to let the undead end this cycle of pain and misery? Jon Snow himself doesn't even enjoy life, and yet he wants to save it? This show goes to such extreme lengths to show you that humans are absolutely horrible, and that good cannot survive in this world. Yet Jon wants to keep that going. Why? Because Jon doesn't actually believe in what he's fighting for, life itself. He comes across as a whining little boy. He's not a hero. He doesn't value anything. He's just fighting the undead out of a sense of duty. This leaves you, the viewer, with the feeling that life is horrible and fighting for anything is arbitrary. Being surrounded by art that shows us characters like this, that shows us worlds where nothing matters and life is horrible, leaves us with that feeling that life has no meaning. We're told that it's childish and naive to admire a hero, but that is a lie. Heroes are a necessity. Heroes show us that a good life comes from taking our values seriously, which is what it means to take life seriously. So instead of filling your life with the hero-less garbage of our time, try looking into the past to find heroes for you to admire. Watch movies and TV shows where characters fight passionately for something and stand on principle. Put paintings on your walls that show you moments of passion and emotion. Fill your life with things that show you that your actions in life absolutely matter. You can find this in older movies, paintings, sculptures, and even music. I've written a comprehensive list of works that have in some way made me feel rejuvenated and fueled and eager to live my own life. Works that really show in some way that life is important, life matters. And you can download my list for free in the description below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content on how you can create a heroic life for yourself. Thanks so much for watching.